Hi, my peoples. So, I was gonna go live on Facebook, but I was having some oh, let me show you guys how I'm recording. So, oh, that's my little cute backyard. It's my Christmas tree, and that's my setup. That's right. There's a will, there's a way. Okay. So, as I said, I'm probably gonna do this first in English and then in Spanish because it's a really important video. The importance of meditation, people cannot underestimate it. I know most people are kind of like dissuaded by it because they're like, I can't do it. It's a really difficult thing to still your mind, and it is. Trust me, I understand. I'm coming from a place where when I found meditation, it was a gift. But it was difficult. It was something that I was like, what? I don't know if I can do this. Because your mind tends to want to always be thinking. We're so used to just having distractions around TV on, music on. I'm telling you, I have the music on too, but I kind of like that because it kind of, for me, it just helps me, keep calm my nerves. But, normally we're used to just always having our mind running, but I've learned to train my mind that even if I have distractions around me, I can zone out. And a great thing that helped me with that was the gym. When you're working out, when you're lifting weights, when you're on the cardio, when you're doing the row, when you're doing anything at the gym, and you get to that point where you kind of like lose yourself in the exercise and you're living in the present moment, that's the goal. That's what you're going for. And when you're in that moment, first of all, so many things happen. You find extra energy. You're connected with the universe. You get inspired. You come up with ideas. You get motivated. You find energy you didn't know you had. You go, go, go. And so that's why working out is a form of meditation. So most people, they shy away from the word meditation, but little do y'all know that there is such a thing called active meditation, and there's the quiet meditation, which is very highly recommended as well. But if you can't do that one at first, work out, jump rope, go running, wash dishes. You wash dishes and you can just focus on just washing the dishes, wash this dish, use the sponge to get that clean, and your mind is not thinking, okay, so what appointment have I missed? How much money do I need to make next week to pay the bills? That's our mind's always like go, 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 go. And we need to give it a rest, the same way that you power down your computer every once in a while, because it makes sense to shut it down. Why don't we do that with our bodies? Well, you do when you go to sleep. Your mind is still going. Little do you know, you're dreaming. Even when you're dreaming, your mind is still doing all kinds of things. So that's why it's highly recommended. Take whatever time you need during the day. 5 minutes. Start out with 2 minutes. See if you can just quiet your mind, and your mind is going to wander. And what you got to do is just bring it back. And one thing that I do, and I do this before every exercise as well. Sometimes you'll see them in the video, sometimes you won't. But this is amazing, and it's just this breathing technique, and there's so many that you can do. But this is one that, whenever I'm downing myself or whatever, or I need an answer for something and I want to ask myself, but I want to be able to trust myself to connect to my intuition, I go ahead and I do this breathing technique. I go, breathe in for 4. I'm holding for 7, and then release on an 8 count, and I'm still releasing. Okay, releasing. You do that about 3 times, and then that will literally kind of just get you in the zone where you're connected. And let me tell you, there's so many benefits when you're laying down. So what got me going into meditation was when I had my first amputation. It was in between my first and my second amputation, because I found out it was in June. I was having a lot of marital problems. I was just not in a good place. I had just lost my foot. I was trying to deal with not just the foot, but I had a metal femur and a metal knee. And I'm not saying this to make you feel sorry for me, even though probably at the time I probably did use that as an excuse for so many things, but I never liked anybody to feel sorry for me. That's something that I just know. But so then I was going to go see my leg guy, and this is where kismet comes in, just how things have to line up. I would never have met the lady who introduced me to meditation if it were not have been for having her lost my leg, because it was her husband. I was going to go see him to get an adjustment, and I love them to death. Dave and Marcela, they're like my heroes. Marcela's my earth angel, and she was. I got there, and I remember on the way there, I was so depressed. I was just like, I'm getting chills just remembering. I just did not even want to be alive. I did not want to kill myself, but I did not want to be alive. That's all I knew. And I remember seeing my throat starts climbing up a little bit when I started thinking about it, but this is real life. I was driving there and I saw this humongous truck. It was like those wheelers. It was 18-wheelers, and I remember thinking, I remember wishing that it hit me so that it would just all be over, so that I wouldn't have to deal with anything anymore, because it was just like my life was sucking at that time. I was not in my eyes. Plus, when you're with somebody who's his narcissistic tendencies, they kind of help to make you feel worse about yourself. So I was already in a low place, and then I lost my foot, and I'm not crying because of that. I'm just crying because I can't believe I overcame things like that. I can't believe that I can be as happy and I can be as strong as I am today after, coming from like really dark place. So anyways, I did not want to be alive. And I remember I got there, and the same feeling is like I'm reliving it right now. That my throat being closed up, and I talked to Marcela, and I couldn't even speak. I was like, and I tried to say hi, and I couldn't. And she was like, "It's okay." And then I guess it was just stuff that I had built up inside for a long time, and I just started crying to her, and it was like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. I just kept on saying, I don't know. And she goes, it's okay. It's okay. And then it just felt like her healing touch. I started feeling, hold on. I started feeling, her, my bad, her positive energies. And she started telling me, she goes, Michelle, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Everything that you've been through, it's for a reason. You were a blessing, whatever you went through. It's so that you can help empower others. And at that time, I was like, you're freaking crazy, I hadn't even started working out yet, like none of that stuff. But I remember she told me, and it just felt so lost. I can't even just think about how I felt at the time. And I felt like, I understand, when people are depressed. I understand when people don't want to be alive, and granted, like for me, what saved me from got me out of that thought, in the same second I thought it was, I have my girls, and my girls are more than enough to just whatever. But meditation saved my life because so she tells me to listen to Sarah Hall, and I'm listening to Sarah Hall. I look for her or whatever, and her first meditation is a cord cutting meditation, which I highly recommend. It's to help you, first of all, retrieve any energies that you have left behind anywhere. It's recalling them, asking for those energies to return to you, as well as any energies that have been drained by negative people, negative situations. And it's literally cutting yourself from those situations, from those thoughts, from those people. And it's putting up that boundary, even if it's just mental, because that's where it all starts. So you start with a mental boundary, and eventually it'll roll over into your physical life. So this cord cutting meditation, that's Sarah Hall, love her. Sarah, Sarah, with an H at the end. It's a cord cutting meditation. She has an angelic voice. You'll just get lost. And I remember coming out of that meditation just crying. Because I had felt this relief of just safety and protection and just strength. It does, you feel strong after. So meditation, I 100%. It's step number one to connecting with yourself, to connecting with your higher self, to connecting with who you are authentically. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I always forget to do this. Let's see. Okay, I'm only going to answer serious things. Saludes. Thank you. Entonces, so yep, that's my video on meditation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and post this on YouTube as well. Starseed Warrior 22. Please like, subscribe, and put comments. And namaste, my peoples. Namaste.